I wanted to go live. Because going live means that I can't retract it. And I'm living in the moment right now. If you follow my posts, I have a lot of triggers from the accident, and phone calls are one of them. And these are things that people don't realize. I may seem like I'm strong on the outside, but I'm not. I'm still dying on the inside because my family is not here and nothing I can do is going to bring them back. And even though that I have my new hope in the Lord, that doesn't mean that I still don't hurt. Grieving is something that will always be with us. And everybody does it differently. I got through one phone call. That's all I could get through. And I couldn't even handle it. I ended up hanging up on the person because I was just so hurt. Because people just don't realize. They just don't realize. And there are people that are close to my family that I can't even go and talk to about how they hurt me. Because I don't want to hurt them. How pathetic is that? I don't want to tell them how they truly make me feel on the inside because I don't want to hurt their feelings. My family's gone. And yet I still live in this broken world where people take advantage of one another. And that's the hardest thing that I have to deal with, is being taken advantage of. And I learned a really hard lesson. I learned it the hard way. The Lord showed me the hard way. But phone calls is huge for me. Not just phone calls alone, but I vowed to myself I would never trust 911 ever again in my life. I would never, ever put my faith in that number. And I walked away from something that was so beautiful and God-given to help people who I thought were my friends. And they didn't realize the pain that they put me through. In their drunken stupor, they wanted to fight over piddly shit that means nothing. And hit. And when I had to step in, I had to call 911. And here I am, watching these people fight over stupid things, and all I can think about, my family's gone, and this is what my life has come to. And there were so many squads that came rushing in from left and right from so many townships in an instant. And do you know how much it hurt me to stand back and realize, why weren't you that fast when my family died? This is a stupid bar brawl. Mine was a freak accident. Where were you then? Triggers. I have a lot. Just last week on my way to church, I followed a van for 20 miles that had a sticker of Lake Superior on their bumper. I know I put on a happy face and I try to be happy, and I am definitely on a different path than what I was on before. But it is so hard for me to deal with some things. And people don't realize I'm still grieving. I am. And little tasks are so hard. I mean, I haven't even changed my clothes in 4 days. I miss them. I miss them so much. And it sucks that I'm just standing still in this lost world while everyone else goes on with their life and they're forgotten about in an instant, and my pain is gone to others. They don't. I pray that nobody will ever have to deal with the pain that I've had to deal with. Because it is unbearable. So unbearable. And the only strength that I have is in the Lord, and so many people just think it's bogus or that I'm leaning into him too much. You know what? If he's the one who's gonna get me this far, then I'm gonna trust him, because I don't see any of you standing by my side 24/7 as I go day in and day out trying to get through my life, trying to pack up their items, trying to figure out how to get rid of them, if I can get rid of them. Walking into their rooms and knowing that they're never gonna be in their beds again. Walking around this big empty house. Every day, there are triggers. Some bigger than others. And it's so hard. Some days. Today being one of them. I'll be okay. I know that. But please remember to have a soft heart. Treat everybody as you would want to be treated, because you never know what that person is going through that day. You never know. They may be smiles on the outside, but they could be hurting on the inside. Love one another as you would love yourself. That's huge. And don't let it be empty. Let it come from your heart, truly. Because we know when it's empty, and that doesn't make it any better. That doesn't justify it. So that's why I say, Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Just as Jesus did before he took his last breaths on that cross for our sins. We have to learn to forgive. because until we can forgive, he won't forgive us. And love one another as you would love yourself. So I ask that everyone tries and remembers that every day, in your workplace, at home, anyone that you come in contact. A hug can go a long way. Or a wave, or a smile.